Resident Evil Biohazard Resi. With Resident Evil 2 remake right around the corner, I thought I should make a video for the future generations. To begin, this list is not comprehensive and is incredibly skewed towards my taste. I have played or been beside someone, as they've played all mainline entries and a lot of the side games. This is a top 5 list of the mainline Resident Evil games that I hate the most.
We've got a mission. Let's go.
Okay, and coming up at number 5, RE4. This is the game that got me into the series. We all know the chainsaw scene that sets the tone of the game. That took me 3 hours. It was the first real sense of freedom I had in a non-racing game at the time. Learning the controls and just the scariness of the hordes of people took me so long to get used to. Now when I go through, I'm amazed it took me so long. I am sadly one of those people that ended up buying the game for the PS2, the PS3, and the PS4, and if the PS5 does come out, I'll probably end up getting it for that. After playing and finishing the game at least 20 times on the PS2, a lot of horror games just don't get me as amped up as RE4 did. I've beaten that game so many times that that's my baseline for what Resident Evil should be, not RE1, which you will see in the rest of this video. Oh, and at number 4 we have Resident Evil 5. Before I made this video, I played through a few levels of RE5 on the PS3. I still remember playing the demo for this game. This is a great co-op game. My friend and I have memorized Wesker's speech at the end of the game. The main reason I still love this game so much is the infinite egg glitch and the infinite rocket launchers. Just running through the levels with a buddy and trying to get the best time on professional never gets old. If we want a challenge, we turn off the cheats and go through each mission. I can only sing praises for this game, as it really is a masterpiece. At number 3 is Resident Evil 6. I really don't understand any of the hate for this game. I agree it's a bad Resident Evil game, but it's a good game overall. The whole is better than its parts, you know? I love a good story, and seeing the 4 stories come together is very cool to say the least. Maybe not as good as Detroit Become Human or Heavy Rain, but it's still good. Seeing how Ada affects everyone's story, great. Seeing Leon and Chris fight in China, awesome. The entire package is phenomenal. You got Leon with his horror part, Chris with his shooting Call of Duty part, Ada with her puzzle part, and Chris with a part. This game for me was good, but nothing really special. At number 2 is Resident Evil 7. The story was, okay. It brought horror back, which a lot of people wanted. There was a lot of tension and action. That being said, I'm not sure how I feel about the first-person perspective, as it felt more like Alien Isolation DLC in different environments than an RE game. Especially since there's not a lot of the returning casts immediately from the start of the game. I did wait a year to play Resident Evil 7 in VR, and I did have a blast. My only complaint is for the actual VR itself. I had to take off the headset and I had to play in 2D, since if I played it for an extended period of time I would get dizzy. But that complaint is more for the PSVR than Resident Evil 7. And finally, at number 1, my most hated Resident Evil game is Resident Evil 0 through Resident Evil 3.
I have secured G. I'm all that is left of Alpha Team. I'm en route
After an
to
RE1 remake. These games are all the same to me. I'm not a huge fan of fixed camera angles or tank controls. Actually, I hate the tank controls. I'm not really a fan of the older graphics, and I hate the puzzles. The build-up and breaks are fine, but for me, that was the entire game. Luckily, I know people that have beaten these games several times, so I watched them beat it.
What happened to Birkin? He was injured in a firefight.
If I did have to pick from one of the bunch, it'll probably be Resident Evil 1, that is my most hated. I can forgive Resident Evil 2 Remake at least, since there's no fixed angles. Resident Evil 3 is short. Resident Evil 0 is somewhat short and a bit easier puzzle-wise. I swear this is real, but when playing Resident Evil 1, I didn't know there was a door at the middle of the steps that could be opened. I thought it was part of the wall. Furthermore, once I discovered this, after literal hours, I never knew that I had to blow the dog whistle outside. I don't know how people discovered that. The game was essentially hard puzzles for me. If I do ever want to replay those games, I would just pick up Umbrella or Darkside Chronicles over the originals. It's a lot more fun, it's actually multiplayer, and the main idea of the story is there with less mental fatigue. And that will be it for this one. Please tell me in the comments how wrong I am about RE6 and how wrong I am about RE1. I'm looking forward to it.
Fire!